Okay? It charges the paint up to a high voltage and squirts it out of a nozzle, and it's charged electrically. We couldn't do that with a pesticide sprayer in the back of a tractor. We dang sure couldn't do it on the bride-to-be who's getting spray tan for the first time and doesn't know what electrostatics or Magne Tan is. It's not really a magnet, guys. It's electrostatics. The lab became a center of excellence for making water-based electrostatic sprayers that operate on a 12-volt battery. That was my graduate studies project. So I got my master's degree at Georgia, and if you read my thesis, it's all about developing an electrostatic sprayer. So that's my background. So this is one of the early electrostatic nozzles. It is exactly the same as what we use now, maybe a little different shape. We actually made the new electrostatic nozzle more in a ball shape so that we could pivot it back and forth in that kind of ball and socket design. But this is the same kind of thing. And we wanted to put together a demo, so Wilson built this rig. You've probably seen it before at trade shows. And we're spraying a plastic ball here. Now, this is a very difficult target to coat electrically because it's plastic. Okay? But we can still do it. Ready?
Jimmy, you broke it.
He can fix it. He can fix anything.
He likes to break things just so he can.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is a full-blown spray rig. It's got our little tank here, nozzle.
Little cartridge.
Little cartridge.
Syringe.
This material that we have mixed up in here is like talcum mixed up in water, so when it dries, you can see it. Press a button. Sprays that powder. For my demo, I always like to spray a lot more when I do the unelectrostatic treatment to make my point. At trade shows, I let the customer do all this. So I'm going to spray about 4 milliliters on this little ball. Can't really see anything until it dries. And then it turns white where the spray went, because you can see the talc. But in our spray tanning booth, we turn around, right? So I might as well go ahead and do that. Just turn around. I'm going to spray that side. So I'm actually going to use 8 mils. So I'm going to put a little dot here so you can tell where the front is once it dries. So this was unelectrostatic treatment. And when you look at it and it dries, you can start to see there's spots that were covered. It's not very impressive. It was an awful lot of spray. There's heavy areas right where it hit. And on the sides, it's thin. So we don't want that. So for this treatment, I'm going to add the electrostatics, and I can do that by pressing a button. There's a little 12-volt battery in here. And since I sprayed 8 milliliters on that one, I'm going to spray 2 milliliters on this one. So I'm pressing the button, lighting the light. And we'll let it dry. Come up and look at it.
Can I play the blinds when you're done?
That talcum that gets in the air. It's going to take a lot longer for the electrostatic treatment to dry because we put a lot more on. If you were to analyze how much spray went on the ball, you'd find out that about 3.5 times more ends up on it when you charge it versus not charge it. But the real thing you want to get is the spray coverage, so you can see it drying. Turn on HD.
Yeah, put the heater dryer on it.
So remember, 8 mils on one and 2 on the other.
Don't go over there and talk to her.
Huh?
On honey. You're video recording that, right?
I'm
Is
not
there
talking
audio on
anymore.
that?
Not talking anymore. I'll shake fingers.
And this is without turning it.
No, I didn't turn it on this one because I just wanted to make the point. But so the reasons to use Magne Tan or electrostatics is 2 reasons. 1, increase the uniformity of coat. 2, more spray efficiency. Put more of the cartridge goes on the bottom. Okay. The Mystic Tan uses a very fine spray droplet, but we don't use a big exhaust fan in there. We blow fresh air in through the HD. That's our unique way of putting fresh air in the booth. But we don't have a big exhaust fan, and we don't want one because we want the spray to get out around the body and have a chance for Magne Tan to attract. If you actually take if you could backlight a human body and take a picture of the Magne Tan, it curves. The spray actually curves around. It goes and coats. It's just wrapping around. The spray that came out of this nozzle went out here and wrapped around and went to the back of that bottom wall.
Wow.
You wouldn't believe the people in the industry that just refuse to accept that until they came to a trade show, and Steve brought this to a trade show.
Well,
The whole
I
industry
got
just
sensitive about it.
refused to accept this.
I kept hearing it
until
was a
they seen
marketing
this demo.
gimmick.
Smoke and mirrors.
I even heard that from people who
By
sold
the
Versa
Magic
Spas.
Tan salespeople.
You know what? I have to admit,
No.
until I met this man right here, I didn't believe it worked myself.
There you go.
And-
I heard it was
and
just
sure,
marketing
Mark, I'll tell you,
gag.
When we were selling against it, we literally went from saying it was a
That's true.
marketing gag to saying it